Some small and micro caps have faced a very curious week. The upside on some of these have sparked a glimmer of hope, and the one true question is, can they continue? Let this be the start of a new series called Microcap Monday, and this day will be dedicated in observing price action on the biggest movers. Welcome back to the channel on this happy Monday. This is ARCa, and let's dive into Microcap Mondays. Let's kill them, team. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do all that good stuff that allows the algorithm to bring us in some new viewers. Let's go ahead and dive in straight to the chart of GTII, where we have noticed that the daily time frame has experienced a 61.94% pump to the upside, right? Really curious price action there, like we were saying. So first of all, I want you to go ahead and notice that none of the candles prior to this, right, have been showing any type of how can we call it, a warning or anything like that, right? So everything was kind of sitting at that anywhere between 2 to 500,000 volume, right? And then out of nowhere, this day comes in with almost 1 million in volume, marking off a 972,000 shares exchanged valuation, right? So this is a high transaction day. Please notice as well that the daily time frame candle has crossed over the SMA 50 on a daily time frame, which usually indicates a potential continuation to the upside. So if that is the case, there could be a retracement in line. And what I mean by retracement, well, that could mean that we now have closed the first daily candle closure upside of the SMA 50, and we are due to come back to validate that support. Now, if we do come back and validate that support, we have to observe more tangible supports, right? Some more physical supports, and how that can be found is actually by your historical price action. Please notice here the wick on top of this Monday, January 29th, 2024 wick of about 3204, which just so happens to land right where the SMA 50 is, right? So there is a potential here that the pullback can be that drastic, right? We could see a 35 to 32 cent potential test or the start of a validation, right? So if we can validate the support of the SMA 50 here, then there could be an upside continuation. But just know that it is in danger of failing the SMA 50 as well. Okay, the SMA 50 is very closely correlated with the EMA 20 on the 5-minute time frame, right down here at about 31.51. If we do continue to the downside here, there is the retracement to validate the support of the SMA 50 on the 5-minute time frame as well. So that is located at 27.17, and that is actually right where we have this moving average here. So let's just go ahead and validate which one that is. That is your EMA 30 on the daily time frame. Okay, daily time frame and the SMA 50 of the 5-minute, right? Sorry, the daily time frame EMA 30 and the 50 SMA of the 5-minute are confluent. So that could be another area to consider. Now, that area there, if we start failing the daily SMA 50, that could present some danger to the bulls. If we do get down here to the 2688 level, there could be a bounce to start validating the newly converted resistance now, right? So the SMA 50 would then stop being our support, and it would be acting as a resistance until we beat it otherwise, okay? So we have to be careful with those things. Now, inversely speaking, if there is a continuation to the upside, consider this, right? The RSI here on the daily time frame is approaching the gravitational zone right up here, which indicates continuation to the upside. Not only that, is actually for the first time in months since I've actually introduced this to the ArcaBulls members, I'm actually now actively selling my newest indicator, right? So this is momentum channels with buy and sell signals, right? So this thing actually had a sell on a daily time frame right up here, right? So this had a sell at about 88 cents, and it has not given us any buy signal until just Friday. right? So Friday, the opening of this candle, buy signal flashed, and the thing moved on to the upside, right? So this, yeah, just go ahead and get in touch with me here at ARCABulls at gmail.com, right? And I will go ahead and pass you on the price points and all that good stuff for the indicator here. Okay, so yeah, just go ahead and get in touch with me. And this is one of my proprietary ones one of my proprietary algorithms that I'm working on, and I am including more into the package, right? But we're gonna go ahead and get those done first. But I'm very excited over the ARCABulls proprietary algorithms that are coming out soon, and they're actually written by me. So yeah, anyway, that is it for GTII. Let's go ahead and keep an eye on that stuff. Now, I've gotten a couple emails regarding VOCLD, Created Inc., and I will say that there is a breakout at play, right? So please notice here that this is that very famous descending broadening wedge, right? So we definitely got the tests that we needed in order for us to completely break into the upside, right? Or out to the upside. So that would be your test 1 here, right? Test 2, test 3, 4, and you have your test and breakout number 5, the true breakout 5, right? This is per the golden rule of 3, and the master students know what I'm talking about. They are all learning that or have learned it already. So the true take profit for this formation here is the genesis of the formation. In this case, the genesis of the formation is located at 625. Price action ended up reaching a high of 615 here, marking off, I'd say it's fair. It actually reached that very top side, and it actually made its retracement from it as per expected. Okay, now the trick here is to find out if this has enough juice or it needs to continue distributing in order for it to continue on to the next resistance level. The next resistance level is located right here. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that. That's going to be 732 to 802, right up in this area here, right? So if we do get that resistance touch, that would mean that we're going to start the process of converting that genesis of the formation right here at 625 into a support from its acting resistance presently. Okay, so we'll get that top side here, bounce right back down in here, validate the support, and continue onwards. Okay, so that's going to be the trick here. We definitely are at a very, very tedious moment here, and this has to face a couple validations before continuation. Now, let's go ahead and observe the potentials here, right? Let's see. So there's still an upside continuation here based on the RSI. Now, algorithmically speaking, based on my algo, it looks like the daily time frame is still suggesting a continuation to that upside, right? So now why don't we go ahead and dive into a smaller time frame and see if it's still honoring that. Okay, yes, so it in fact still honoring the buy signal here on a 4-hour time frame, and it actually fired off right at about 194, and we are currently sitting at about 525, or it went up to 615, so 525 sitting. So this is still suggesting a continuation. Let's go to the hourly time frame and see what the algo says. Okay, so the algo is still suggesting an upside here, and the hourly time frame fired at 214, and it's currently sitting at 525. No give on the sell signals just yet. Let's go to the 30-minute. 30-minute time frame still suggesting the upside continuation as well. This is pretty powerful here, team. That we're still seeing buy side signals, right? So yeah, we are it still looks like it has some strength despite the fact that there could be an immediate short-term pullback. Now, pullback why, right? Let's go ahead and pull up the hourly time frame here and see how that could be of potential, right? So let's go ahead and pull up the linear regression channel, which, by the way, is available to you with my new markings here if you do join the ArcaBulls trading team. And that's another thing that I can say, that if you do join the ArcaBulls trading team, not only will some of these algorithms will be free for you to use, but I will also give you a discounted rate on the proprietary brand new ones with the buy and sell signals and that whole strategy. All right, team. So that's only for the ArcaBulls members. Now, if you want to buy it as a individual person without being an ArcaBulls member, sure, go ahead and get in touch with me. Remember the email, arcabulls@gmail.com. So the hourly time frame linear regression band has experienced its breakout, right? So now in this case, there is a potential to where price action can come back down to 407 and start validating a continuation to the upside. The range is located between this top side here from January 12th, 2024, and this top side here of about January 24th, 2024. So let's go ahead and mark off our range of support here just in case we need to know any further, right? So here is that range of support. It just so happens that the 50% of the mark down here happens to be the linear regression support right down here, right? So there could be some confluent signals there suggesting that touch. Also, your EMA 9, right? Your EMA 9 is located right at that same area that we're observing here in a discretionary fashion, right? So yeah, I think I think there could be a little bit of pressure to the downside here, but that's just going to be to validate current resistances converted into supports now, right? As soon as we do get that conversion into support, like I said, team, there could be that continuation to the upside breakout from the 625 genesis of the formation, and then start resisting from this top side of 802 to 732 before coming back down to validate the support of 625 before an upside continuation. And that is it for VOCLD, right, for Created Inc. Let's go ahead and take a look at ticker symbol VERA. So let's go ahead and notice, first of all, okay, daily time frame is completely in strength right now, right? In fact, if we look at the last week of price action on this, right, last 5 days, it is up about 7%. The weekly time frame is up about 7% as well. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even if we pull back to the weekly high, that'll show us, let's see, the monthly. Yeah, monthly time frame is definitely showing us here a huge upside on this. We are definitely in price discovery over its all-time high, previous all-time high of about 37.32. It is 26.19% up, right? And I will remind you that we were already observing a potential top side to this based on a macro scale inverse head and shoulders strategy, right? So that head and shoulders formation, silly formation, was suggesting a top side target of about 68.01, and so far it is kind of fulfilling that. Now, the thing to watch out for more than anything would be volume on a shorter time frame. So daily time frame. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. All right. So yes, there is a present weakness here in volume. Please look at the bars right down here, right? Go ahead and notice that they are descending, right? And we are noticing price is ascending here. So that ascending of price versus the volume dropping here, that signals bearish divergence. Okay, and not only that, is you can also see it in price. It's kind of curving here, right? So the last thing we want is to start observing the potential building blocks of a head and shoulders formation. So if the if the asset continues in the way that I'm thinking, that it could be making its sorry about that, just like this, it could be making its downside here, right? Potential support right down here, then it'll get the resistance of this point right here, right? Then it'll start resisting and coming down, right? So at this point here, that's going to create your head and shoulders formation, and then price action would continue on to the downside, right? Now, if you do get that downside in the price, you are going to have to verify this with the psychological price objective, right? And that could be observed by taking a trend line from the neckline of this formation and a trend line from the head of it, right, all the way to the bottom line there, and you apply it here to the center of the shoulder. So this would be implying a potential target of 28.13. Mind you, it could take some time to do this, right? It could take maybe a week or two, but it is presently giving us some weakness like that. Okay, I would like to express some caution on this. There could still be upside here. I don't know what's happening fundamentally with this, and it does have an earnings coming up, so please correct me in the comments below if that earnings is already in, okay, or not. Okay, but yes, there is still that to look out for on this one. Okay, so I know that the immediate short-term time frame is right now presently converting the SMA 50 into resistance, so there could be a continuation to the downside. So immediate short-term time frame upside to 46.02 to about 46.07 before a retracement here. It looks like we're going to start. It looks like we're going to start a dead cat bounce in this area here. So the target of 45.60 should be in the cards pretty soon. And if that is the case, then your dead cat bounce target would actually be taken from the top side, right, to the very bottom side of the dead cat right there. You apply it to that last candle and look at the confluence there to the EMA 30 or the EMA 200 right at about 45.16, right? So that's definitely in the cards, right? So I need you guys to be very careful over how that's happening, right? EMA, The break of the SMA 50 indicates already a potential reversal, and failing the EMA 200 will result in a complete reversal overall. Okay, so please be careful how that moves. Ticker symbol LQR. We're running out of time a little bit here, but I will say that LQR is currently converting its SMA 50 on the 5-minute into a support, bouncing from that EMA 200. Right, so this is kind of what we would like to see for VERA to do. If it doesn't do this bounce here, then it could be in danger of a continuation to the downside here. Now, the thing to look out for in LQR for the immediate short term for the day is that we combat the prior day high at about $3.64. If we do combat that $3.64, then there could be a continuation here. Then we will observe the daily time frame, and there could be a continuation to this resistance area that I have right down here. First of all, 404 to the top side resistance of about 476. As soon as we start crossing this bi-weekly high of about 426, the next target here at the EMA 20 daily time frame at 498 or $5 could be in the cards, right? So that would be 498 to about 520 resistance. And that is what I'm observing here for the next, I would really say here, it would take it maybe about 2 weeks to get there. I know that the dividend is coming up. I know that there is this thing happening right here, right? For every one share that you own, you'll get whatever amount of shares, that whole thing. I get it, right? So you are in a bullish formation here. You are on a daily pennant. It's still taking some time to get the thing to finally validate here, right? It's getting close to it. Let me see it on the 12-hour time frame. Yeah. It's definitely getting close. So I'll show you what I mean, right? Just like this here. And just like this right here, right? So usually these triangles tend to realize their upside at about, I'd say about 65 to 75% to the apex of the triangle. It's getting close to there, right? It's getting close. During this time, there may be some pressure to the downside here. There may be some convergence, right? $3.12 bottom, $3.54 top until it converges enough and builds enough pressure to continue. I will say that this formation here favors the bulls, right? It is a continuation formation by its practice. An upside price action here and then convergence of price indicates continuation to the upside. The highest potential target for this is going to be located right about here from the bigger side of the triangle, right? Let's just say that it were to break out at this point here. That would be a 466 to about 467 resistance that we've already had. The center of the triangle is another one right down here, right? And that would give us the more likely target that we were already observing perfectly to the bottom side of 415 from the targets that we have of 404 to 426. Okay, so that is presently what I'm looking for the next couple of weeks for LQR. Of course, I don't know what's going to happen at this divvy date. Anything can happen psychologically speaking, but the charts are suggesting a continuation to the upside. And I would ask everybody to please heed caution, right? And please practice with only money you are willing to lose, right? So please be careful. Please be careful in the financial markets. Remember to get, you know what else we can do here is actually put our algorithm against this, right? So let's put the ABT channels against it and see what it has for us, right? So presently, still 5-minute sell signal has not giving us the bias signal just yet. We're still kind of combating the SMA 50 here. Let's take a look at a closer time frame, maybe the hourly time frame right here in the momentum channels, right? So let's take a look at this. So momentum channels is still on a buy signal from down here at about 321. We're sitting at 350, right? So let's see the 30-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame has a sell signal printed as a fresh signal, right? So we're going to have to see which one has the best read on this. And the 4-hour time frame printed a recent buy signal right down here at 340. We're sitting at 350, right? So we're going to have to see how this behaves and how this moves along with the price action coming up. I do appreciate everybody for coming on by. Please remember to get in touch with me at ARCABulls@gmail.com for you to get your subscription package ready for this for this really cool indicator here, and there are more and more to come. Also, please remember to join the ArcaBulls trading team as we will be trading the financial markets together live using either shares or options contracts, okay? Very, very good times for the team indeed, okay, team? So let's go ahead and just sign out here. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well a very, very good rest of your night and long weekend if you had one. And I will catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios, team. Yeah.